So then, ladies and gentlemen, CD start for Fnatic. You can hear the music about to drop as well, and so are these grenades. HG's out in doubles for Flusher and Golden. Let's get this party started, as we'll see Big with a B setup as well. Chad, I'm not sure if you agree with me. 2 HGs on the T side suggest you're nading towards the top of Banana. You're rushing in with 2 smokes. You're flashing through, and I hope that's what we see. As the nades, are they delivered? Not quite. So they're going to have maybe set piece grenades to try and get coffins.
Yeah, there's a fluff CT nade there.
I would say now set piece nades towards coffins would be the logical conclusion of those, but now we've got a CZ push. Hello. This is massive from Brolan.
It's going to take a while, though. Does it? I mean, if he's going to keep hold of W, he may, depending on how much they fumble.
They've already been able to stack 3 at B, so he's done his job.
Crazy intel. He's like locked them in, and he's got a player towards top middle as well. JW just spotted down towards underpass. They've got a boost here. Like Fnatic, this should be unlosable. Like they've got such a... There's the nades towards coffins, by the way. We'll see.
Lock the doors, Henry.
He doesn't have to do much. Brolan doesn't need to find kills. He'll just stay there at T-steps, force them in.
Grims does draw first headshot out. Oh, a bit of a fluff from Flusher and Punish, and now a flurry. 2 in quick succession. Zantares and taps it into the site. Smoke lands, as does Brolan in the feed, and he needs to stay alive. He has control of the bomb. Jiggles for info, and he tries to get a fresh clip in the CZ, and through the smoke he connects. Head of taps and gone. Zantares is low. He has to be precise, and he does. 7 HP. Zantares finds a necessary frag to win the round for Big. Crim's left to do his very best, but it's not looking easy.
Not looking easy at all here. Crims, though, if ever a man to step up to the plate, he could be it. Not going to happen, though. Fnatic had every bit of intel they needed there, Chad. Everything. They pushed all the way forwards T-Apps, brought under the CZ, they had a player towards top and middle, a stack at B, and still unable to find massive amount of kills there. What went wrong?
Yeah, it's obviously very risky to send Brolan out on that fact-finding mission, but this is sometimes when we talk about information almost being, you know, it's doing you in. You know you've got everybody there, you should be ready for this if everybody hits their shots. Whereas if you see one guy there playing coffins, maybe he gets 3 headshots as they all stroll in, right? So maybe a little bit of complacency knowing they had them that booked, but they will go for the force buy, which is something which Fnatic on the CT side love to do. On the T side, guys, if they don't plant, Fnatic will take a save within that second.
AK's in the third round.
But this is a hugely important round because Fnatic as a team, if they can win the early game of the force buy battles, then they can just start dictating the pace, be much more aggressive. JW can go for those flamboyant plays. So this is the real battle right now for Big. They need to be able to withstand this force buy. No smokes dropped yet just for Fnatic. To note here on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see that every single member has one ready and waiting to put on down. They're allowing them to get top mid control before dropping them, which means they're probably going to smoke off the quad position as opposed to top middle.
It's a difficult game to play. You got to hold your nerve here on the CT side. You got to hold all 5 smokes for as long as possible. Give them control of the map. Now the first has been deployed. 50 seconds on the clock.
It's not bad, actually.
It's great because you still got 4 or 3 in reserve at this point. I think they've thrown 1 towards B, 1 towards the arch side. They're trying to funnel them towards quad where they've got the majority of the firepower there with Brolan's UMP. He still has a smoke as well. When he feels a commitment coming, he will drop his smoke just in front of the hay bales here. And now this is where the party starts. He needs to get multiple frags. He can step up and will he get that first kill?
Oh, he's fluffed it completely. He's only got 10 bullets left. Does find the head of Tamsin in the process, though. Zantares will rip the UMP from his grasp. JW a missed shot. I'm not sure he's going to get another opportunity like that. And now the site should be Big Clans. They will check out Coldzera's box, and Crims makes a strong case to check for a bit of a name change. Quick connection into Keto, 2v2.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, and the bomb is down. They're kind of floundering here. You might as well sacrifice one of the CTs. Didn't fully commit to it. Flusher is going to allow them to plant at this point. Bomb will go down, and Tizian, fantastic spot here. Look at the lack of helmets on the CT side. He's up there in the graveyard, and he is looking for blood. First headshot delivered. You can see that's Golden down to 4 HP. Flusher only have the USP and Kevlar combo as well, interestingly enough. They won't have much of a chance here. Looks like their days are numbered. Golden should go down momentarily as soon as Tizian spots his head. Or his teammate will find him, and there we go. A good effort from Fnatic, but once again, it will be thwarted at the finish line. A 2-0 for Big and a full eco for Fnatic now. So one of those rounds, Alex, you can give us some of your thoughts, your insights, your jokes, your curveballs. Have you got any more curveballs?
I've thrown so many of them, my wrist is tired.
Honestly, I didn't see that coming today. I thought we were just going to have a nice, normal show. There's curveballs, there's interviews, there's social interaction. I thought we were reducing that these days.
Talking about my dad on air?
Your dad
Never done that before.
Sasha Richardson, shout out.
Big shout out.
I'm sure he's watching now.
I hope he is. I better.
JW's not even playing the round. He's just like, you know what, boys? Just going to sit in CT spawn for a little bit, off we go. It is a full eco, it's fine.
Yeah, he can be forgiven for that one. Do you know, I've been thinking, guys, there's a smoke I want to learn.
Go on.
I want to be able to throw the fast half-wall smoke from, like, early from CT spawn. I want to be able to, like, smoke off the fast...
I can't help you with that, but...
I've seen players do it. They go to, like, that, you know, that, like, little sticky outy bit and throw it over the roof and the boost spot.
I like the one from First Orange is the lands there, and we saw that fail yesterday.
The alley one.
Yeah, that's right. Once it's there, then you flash over. Molotov as well, it's really brutal. Speaking of brutality, we do have the MAC-10 making its way through. It's just found $1,200 of cash, and there's the first kill from Flasher, probably the only kill they're going to find in this round, as he is dropped as well by Keto. Watch out for that name with the AK-47 in the top right. He'll be finding a lot of kills. Very talented German player, and we'll see brought down to JW now, remaining. Good dink, but doesn't mean too much in the context of this round. JW hoping to get one kill if possible. Might be able to do it, but the MAC-10, a very versatile weapon, very nimble, and can take down unarmored players in an instant, just like that. There we go.
Guys, just before we move forward into the juicy gun rounds, I want to talk to you with the setup that Fnatic do. They have Brolin playing in pit, and they actually play off of mid, right? They're jiggle peeking and they're spotting, but they're happy to give it up. And what Brolin from this pit position will do is drop a smoke top mid, and then flashbangs will come on either side of middle so they can repick for information. So let's look out to see if that one comes out in this game.
I actually like that a lot. So he can throw a smoke from the pit position and set his teammates up. Same flashbang lineup, I'd assume as well. A couple of flashes over, they swing from both sides and try and get the picks right.
Yeah, it was used over there in Katowice, and Krim's also put down a Molotov as well to make sure.
Are they allowing them to have the mid control first, or kind of like a gut feeling?
Well, it changes, but depending on the rounds, if they do get pushed off, they're happy to play retake mid wall, is what I like to call it. And ladies and gentlemen at home, if you don't have banana control and you don't have top mid, then you're going to find yourself in either a 2v5 or a 3v fight respectively. 3v5 fight respectively, sorry. So you want to make sure you either maintain top mid control or banana control if you can.
Well, you can see that's exactly what Fnatic are doing right now. They've got banana control. They've got an active player at the very top of the barrels. That's Golden. You can see a rotation now from Flush. That means he can go boost the defenses towards A, and they're going to have 4 players outside of the map, though. They might not be there in time, though. It's a full commitment from Big. They're trying to pick up the pace with these MAC-10s and get stuck in on the A side.
Yeah, Tizian, he's not going to find Brolin initially, but just as he crouches out of the smoke, the crab turned on its back. Keto looking for a second, and JW's jiggling between them. Flusher does manage to pluck one, a second as well from Graveyard. One does go down, though, and Fnatic working their way back into the site with a man disadvantage.
This is my favorite round to call as an in-game leader. You know, the money's time the CT side. You've got residual MAC-10s as well. You want to do something fast-paced together as a 5-man unit. It's exactly what Big have done here.
Look at Searson's decision-making here. He's ballsy.
Tabson said he's an aggressive AWPer. I said he's one of those players that just throws the rulebook out. Similar to like JW, I suppose, it'd be a direct comparison. Ironically enough, playing against each other right now. But it's the save for Fnatic. They will fall back, and Searson will hold on to the AWP. I love those sort of approaches. When you know they haven't got the incendiaries, an AWP, group up as a 5-man unit and pounce on them. You didn't see any telegraph smokes there, Alex. You can see that one player, they just got B control and they were rotating a player back just because they had that control, not because they had information. There was a real lack of it. And Big capitalized with one smoke towards Arch. 5 players going up, hitting their shots, and a lack of helmets did work out for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the actual cue was other than a vocal one. You just see Keto underhand a smoke and run through it with his teammates. Great catch. He managed to get caught by Flusher, who did a great job to try and claw their way back into the round, but the damage was done. And look, a nice quick finish as well. Making sure another rebuy for Flusher, and you can see what that's done as well. Takes him down to just the MP9. We're going to be seeing the M4 for Golden, but all in all, looking very promising for a Big Clan T-side start.
Yeah, it couldn't ask better than this, to be honest with you. No one's really died, and you forced him to a push. Great shot from Crims through the smoke. That's going to be Tabson in the bomb. Sometimes it happens. It's a line up towards the T-steps, and for now, more damage inflicted. Keto just recovers the C4, about down to 56. He pays the price.
These are Fnatic's bread and butter rounds, though. They're known for winning these scrappy environments, so this could be worth it.
Historically, right? And that's even accurate here. The core of that team is still within the ranks here. Especially on Inferno. CZ's an Inferno, Fnatic, like something weird always happens. Looks like it's all under control here for now, though. 4-on-2. Golden does with that save. M4 doing great work of it. A couple of kills and the bomb down. Still a minute remains, however, and the smoke is available for the Arch side. I'd assume that'll be deployed momentarily. The Orb just seeing if he can find the pick. We're told he's an aggressive player, but there's the smoke we are looking for. They've got options to go back towards B if required. Golden flashed off, but a low HP Zantara is waiting in front of him.
Oh, Golden.
Timing.
Yeah. Rush will not get the frag.
2 HP? How did he not go down there? A bullet connects through the corner of the box, I believe.
Yeah,
and it does 22 damage. That's it.
That would on that box. Reinforced.
Not the greatest smoke, but shouldn't affect the outcome of the round.
I mean, he at least is working with the knowledge that they haven't crossed a pit. And that's a frag onto Xantares. Searson, however, with the AWP.
Ooh, the AWP I don't like so much. Molotov it now, like maybe it's a little bit too late. This could get dicey.
Oh, no! And a missed shot, Crims.
Would have liked the safer play with the Molotov, but he's starting on him. He's just having fun. He's waiting for the music. He's like, it doesn't even matter.
Well, that's
the new one.
I like it.
I like it as well.
That's ladies and gentlemen at home, what we would call teabagging.
Yeah, a bit of BM.
It is certainly
bad manners.
A little
They shouldn't be losing that round. So it was a poor smoke. Like I said, it shouldn't have lost in the round, but it did equate to that this first kill. Not sure what the positioning's about. Like, oh, if you know he's got a pistol, I'm usually setting up a crossfire where no one can die, right, Chad? Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone exposed with 10 HP doesn't seem like the most ideal approach.
I think the problem was they didn't know where Crims was, so they had to kind of hunker on down within the bomb site. They didn't want to overextend and give away a free kill, and by doing so, and that poor smoke that you highlighted there, it gave him an opportunity to go for a kill. Otherwise, he probably would have just sat there in that mini pit position and waited.
The smoke was everything. I didn't think it'd have a huge knock-on effect, but it has lit the fire beneath Fnatic as Crims will strike from the sandbags there. Molotov does not dissuade him from his first kill, but the HE towards Big might stop their assault towards middle. It's the AWP of JW. This should be a good battle. CSGO will get the first blow.
Yeah, timing was everything there, and actually Crims got a perfect position to do a lot of damage. And another chance, Tabson, with low HP, he just peeks through the edge of the smoke and manages to get the necessary trade to keep this round even within the realms of possibility for Big Clan, but they're already hamstrung down to just 10 HP. Tabson does have the advantage of the AWP. He scavenged that away from Searson, and he'll be using that to great effect. He has been known to dabble in the AWP realms. Brawl and Balcony's perfectly positioned for this one. Tabson could get caught out. He is, and now from behind, Flusher can tap away, frag away, and secure the second.
He gave him an entry. He gave him an inch for that smoke, and Fnatic are going to start running away with this one now, looking much more comfortable with the full buys. They've got the AWP out, the AKs in hand, and Big will be considering their options going forward. Xantares is in his element. He is the fifth highest rated player online. Chad, you did say something about that.
Yeah, no, he's well, obviously for the earlier stages of his career when he was part of the Turkish rosters, they were mainly playing a lot of online Counter-Strike, right? But that's where he is, he's shown his best CS, you could easily say.
He's very sharp in his teeth, got it all done. And we'll see ourselves into this next round. Xantares is the only one with the AK-47. He's down to 33 HP. His teammates do have armor, but he's the only one with a helmet. But still, he's selfless. He'll throw over the AK-47 to Keto. He swallows an 8. Anyone else want to have a go with the AK, perhaps?
Is that the bloody UMP? Flusher just running down Banana, catching another bullet, this time into Keto. Oh, info for JW. Chance to catch Searson here. Revenge from the round before, where Searson won the mid versus arch duel, and another member of Big Clan goes down. This time permanently. Xantares catches the nade over the smoke. You can see him not quite going to pull the trigger there, Crims. And instead, 4v4. Game goes on. Bomb is a little bit of a hot water here. If Flusher spots that bomb carrier...
Yep, which he has.
Oh, dear.
So that's a real problem now, and he knows it. So he can fall back. He can just buy some time at this point. There's not a lot of it. 45 seconds. They've got the bomb isolated in T-spawn. They pretty much have to go towards B at this point. And we can see Flusher. He is a master with the SMGs. He's trying to show presence. He was the sandbags before. They got to clear this all out. And they're going in no utility, remember. Golden ready to spray him down. First one successful. Second will find the bomb. And it looks like the round is confirmed. Fnatic starting to close the gap now at 3-4. 4 players survive on their side as well. 2 AK-47s in hand. JW still with the AWP. And to be fair, that was just the eco from Big, but still a little bit uncomfortable for Fnatic at times, but Golden saves the day.
Yeah, neat and tidy at the end there. And credit to be given to Flusher as well. He just maintained enough aggression down that Banana so as to catch that little bit of a delayed bomb retrieval.
With the buy you can see on your screen here from Big, it's not a full investment. They've gone partial with a lot of members. Xantares has gone all in, but they have a bunch of utility here, which makes me feel like there's a strat in mind right now as they do very quickly make their way up Banana.
Okay, stack nades, 3 nades in fact thrown early towards Flusher's position. He has been shaken by them, down to just 16 points of health. Pulls a lot of the CT utility out as well. Up middle they go. Crims just takes the fight now. He can fall back. They have a smoke for it, but he's choosing to throw some bullets between them. And another good nade looking promising. Doesn't quite find its target. Oh, Roland does though, and it's straight through the smoke.
Yep, that's what he does best sometimes, Alex. There's going to be a lot of damage inflicted here towards middle. There's HEs, Molotovs, bullets, a lot of trouble for Big. couple of kills for the smoke. Zontaras will pull one back. That's what we like to see, and still a very difficult situation for them. You can see they've got the Krieg, couple of pistols here, but Tabson 42. Zontaras with 60 HP, and they have just the one Molotov. I think they're going to have to send a couple of players out the apartments, maybe all three, go for a quick kill, but it should be Crims in the pit waiting for them, I believe. So, oh, it's JW. He's at the very edge, and that's a nightmare. How is that happening?
Seems a little off, and now
why was the orb
stairs.
there, and why was it watching towards quad and no one watching apartments at all? Very strange. Can we get that up on the old
sure. Let me just
skybox there, Chad, and see what happens?
Load on in.
Let's see what we can get from that, because there must have been someone watching apps. Why would you not in the man advantage against CZs? Maybe I missed a detail. This is why.
No, certainly, yeah.
But I was like,
immediately.
I said, Crims, I think is there, but no, it's JW with an orb. He'll be in the apartments. He wasn't. He was watching quad on the railings where he was exposed to the CZ. His big barrel sticking out.
It was a free frag. And
if we have a replay of that as well, that'd be great. But Chad's going to try and look into it. Very odd round. That's an anomaly.
Okay, so we will be able to bring this up at the end of freeze time. Sorry, at the end of the round here for you guys. So I'll show you a couple of little bits and pieces that were going on that potentially led to this, right?
Here we go. So you see that big old
He's
barrel.
not even looking at holes.
So that's what I couldn't comprehend. I was like, what's happened there? So was Golden's responsibility to watch holes while he was there with the orb? Just go in the pit with the orb. At that stage, if you're watching quad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's just a collapse in communication.
All right, so here you can see Brolin was just died middle and JW was on balcony the whole time. Golden's going to come over to plug the hole to help JW here. He's come across to site, but I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit here. And you're going to see that Golden, in a moment, just as they're pushing up holes,
to check arch.
He goes to check arch. Yeah. So that's just a timing thing right there.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. That's why we have you, Chad. I love it. We're all on the same page at this point. And a full gun round into round number 9.
3 incendiaries from Fnatic early to Banana. They were expecting something fast this round, and heavy investment early into the piece, and looks like they're going to continue to vie for it. More nades flying down. This time they find their targets. Keto, Searson is ringing, and advancing now is Keto. He will be the spearhead of the assault, clearing out towards logs. Nothing present, and now it's their turn to throw some nades.
This is the smoke we were talking about before. This
let's
lands
learn
on
it,
the half
Hank.
wall. So yeah, line up with the
little knobbly bit.
Little thingamajig there, and he's throwing it right at the wooden beam. That will land by the half wall. You want to ideally follow that the incendiary by the barrel, flash over, swing round, get yourself a cheeky kill, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. You can see Flusher, he hasn't got the flash. Golden does not either, so just going to wait for a smoke, and maybe we'll see a bit of aggro from them. The smoke has been deployed, and the incendiary as well, so this is a chance then to go, that's okay. So that's perfect almost. So it lands at a point where you don't know you're going to go into flames. It sounds like it's been extinguished on the other side.
So
a lot of fire.
The problem here is I was talking about that map control. This is only feigning map control, and off of this utility usage, they've actually rotated another member over towards A, knowing they've given up middle.
I guess to rebut all that, they have to use utility to gain control of the top of B, but they haven't really expended too much. They got 5 players there now, and you're right.
Yeah.
We only have Flusher there. He has got an AK. He's actually doing probably the only player who's going to work here. Just right up there. Use the bayonet at the AK, get stuck in, do a lot of damage. You don't want to be close range here, try and push them back if possible. 15 seconds on the clock. That's the most important factor here. Flusher, desperate for some backup to come through. Crims arrives at the scene of the crime. At this point, just deny the plant if possible. It's an absolute nightmare. The C4 will be planted. That should be the round as Golden, he's so low now. 26 HP, has to wait for his teammates, and will they even go for this?
Oh my God, I don't know what they can do, really. A chance for Golden if he catches Thompson, but no, that should be enough. Yeah, that's the Scarpa from the remaining 2. Brolin, JW, they pull up their laces and socks, and they'll get the hell out of there. That will be the 6th now for Big Plan. A solid T side starting to be posted for the German squad in our first map of this series. It was Inferno that they chose to play, and that they chose to bring up against Fnatic, and of course Overpass was the response from the Swedes. 6 now on the board, and relatively cleanly as well.
I'm curious to see now if Fnatic, once they're able to get well, maybe they will just play around JW's AWP here, but they might need to find themselves an early pick, because if you're trying to defend 5v5 late round like that and you're losing the bomb sites, we talk about this all the time. It is so difficult to be retaking bomb sites on the CT side of Inferno, so maybe Fnatic needs to go for more disruptive plays. We do have our first US Air Force tactical timeout, Henry.
We absolutely do. A chance for us to catch our breath and consider what's going to be happening these next few rounds. We've got the live scenes here from the big facility. It's quite a nice one as well. You can see they've got lots of beverages out there. They've got some foosball. It's a nice dark room. That's how I like to play my games. That's how we've got it in our bunker. It's a similar vibe to the lounge in here.
It does actually kind of look similar, just with
Where's their projector screen?
They do lack the projector screen, but they have got custom pillows, I believe, from Etsy behind them with the big logo. So that's cool.
We'll work on it.
But that's going to be, we should get some of those. They look nice. And we'll get into round 10 here, and we'll have a look as to what big I'm going to bring to the table.
Customscattercushions.de.
We haven't got any cushions downstairs. We should sort that out.
I do, you know, we've only got that kind of weirdly small-sized blanket that Chad has that doesn't even cover a normal-sized man.
You guys have been there for about 3 weeks combined, so just if you want to come live with me.
I don't know, man. Your blanket, it looks like it would cover my dog, and I don't even have one. But we do see what seems to be the early utility exchange once again on B. Keto wants to feign that there could be a T up against that half wall, keep those CTs investing the nades, inquiring with a flash, and there it is. He does draw another one out, flushes by the half wall, and perfect flash bang. Good chip damage again. Oh my God, Flusher, could you just stop?
He's such a monster at this position. He'll be on the T side as well. Banana, like, it belongs to Flusher. I feel like with the advantage, they should have called it a day there, because Flusher now, he'll do well to even get one more kill on top of this. I don't think he will. I think he goes down. He needs a rotation. He needs JW to come peek that angle, like right now. JW can't sit and spawn. He needs to flash over and get stuck in with them. Flash is actually pretty decent there. JW does arrive at the scene of the crime just in time there, and we have got ourselves a Fnatic advantage. Flashbang towards our side. Tizian and Tabson left to the impossible task here of trying to recover.
Oh, it's a bit late. It's almost wasted at this point, that Molotov.
They can slow down the puzzle now. They've got themselves library. They can just see whether there's a pick available. JW would be a prime scalp to take if they can find it. It's up to Tizian to get it though. A safe pair of hands.
JW's potentially opening up the gap again here by worrying about too many angles. He could have dropped back more passively. He's trying to stay committed because he wants to make sure the two A defenders are not left on an island, but now he's given up a round that's doable.
They could have just turtled up and pit and been fine, and you're absolutely
Flush is so smart, guys. He's not going to give them this fight until he absolutely needs to, and it's only 20 seconds.
With 15 seconds now as well, he should do enough. He knows he just needs one kill. The prime target is... I don't know why they're going so slowly here, boys. You haven't left yourself up at all. Yeah. Tizian actually has a chance now.
He can do it.
Safe plan will come through. That's all he had to do. 2 versus 1, no utility.
Anyone want to take a bet? 10 euros says he wins this.
I think he wins it as well, so I won't take the bet. I think Tizian can do this.
Brollan, Crims.
They have a smoke and a molly here.
Oh, he's just going to take the fight. He has to be really clean on the first. And Crims walks straight in. So clean.
Beautiful.
Quad kill from Tizzy.
What I respect there is he did not play scared, right?
Yep.
Obviously, he didn't leave the position he planted from, but he planted his feet and was happy to take Jules, obviously time permitting, of if he waited a little bit longer and nobody peeked, then he would start worrying about behind him. But this gap was with JW again.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. JW's 1-8 right now. He's not having a good game. And what I like to have this Tizian as well, like, I think he's a very intellectual player. He knows the modern game right now. No one's grouping up and separating 2 versus 1s. The go-to is stick together, trade out kills, and he knew that. He didn't change his crosser at all, didn't do anything else. He kept focused towards Banana, knowing the tendencies of these world-class teams, and he nails both shots. Very impressive clutch, and a big one to actually pick up. I forgot a casting big that happens a lot. It seems to be the only one I think of. Either way, huge round for Tizian to pick up there. You can see the knock-on effect with the CZs coming out now, the Desert Eagles, the Scouts. This could lead them to a half victory in round number 11.
Yeah, but as we do tend to remind the viewers at home, these rounds, just in the modern game of Counter-Strike, never mind when Fnatic are the ones with the mouse and keyboard in their hands, is always a threat.
I would say, Alex, there are some people out there who might argue these are the hardest rounds in the game to win, because when you go into a round like this, you're trying to theorize what type of a buy they would go for. On a gun round, you have a regular idea of what you're going up against. But here, look, there's a scout in the mix. They know that Crims is taking a pot shot now.
And they all have these different positional requirements, which does mean you're going to get some kooky setups.
You play a little bit looser as well when you only have pistols, and that's why we normally see so much chaos around the smokes. But Big here are doing something very fundamentally sound. Most teams on a map like... Hold on a second. There we go. I thought there was a chance JW gets that. But most teams on a map like Inferno, you know, once you get banana control versus an Antica, maybe you can just go for a safe B execute, but you run the risk of being smoked off. If you're able to get mid control and walk around that arch side, you have the majority of duels in your favor with the AK-47s or the Kriegs versus, say, these CZs or the pistols. So going arch side there and smoking off the choke points, very well done there.
I'm not even sure we saw, we've seen Big rather, take too many quad takes other than the one with the Mac 10s, the funky Keto underhand smoke from Boiler. Like, it's always been towards the arch side of things when they hit A. Keeping an eye on how the second kill came in. Xantares just threw bullets into... Did he see him slag? He did. Okay. I wanted to check.
Solid round. Can't poke any holes in that, really.
Let's throw up Skybox here if we could.
Go for it.
And I want to show you guys the difference in their approach that's been going down recently towards Banana. I forget that I have to actually hold up a second. That's my bad. I forgot from yesterday. I have to make sure. There's a procedure. There's a process. Maybe we'll see. Maybe, you know, these things happen. But I can explain my point regardless.
Use your words.
So in the early stages of this game, where Crims actually got that opening kill towards top of Banana, they went for a very all-in Banana play, where Keto actually ran through 2 Molotovs. They've completely changed that to a more passive vibe.
Passive, not the word I'd use right now for Crims. He's nearly got 3. Practically, essentially 3. 2.9, 2 HP left for Xantares. Flush has taken another one. The healthy Keto, not so healthy anymore.
Throwing a spanner into the works. Fnatic pushing down towards middle. Almost a 3-man spray down there from Crims. Very confident. Most players are full back after that initial frag, but he was committed. He wanted to guarantee success at that point, and I think he's found it. Xantares down to 2 HP. Tabson with 100. And it's only a 2-on-4. It looks dire right now, but this is recoverable. Like, especially with 1 minute on the clock as well. All it takes is some overzealous CT players. 1 kill and a 3 versus 2. That changes the landscape dramatically. Fnatic are aware of that. They've made a lot of mistakes with the positioning especially and where they're placing themselves in these key scenarios. So follow JW, who's been the main culprit so far. He is currently tucking himself in towards the trash of top of middle. So that's fine.
I don't know, I quite like top of middle. You don't have to call it a nasty name.
He's rotating over towards B now. So a bit of a change of pace. You've got Flusher waiting towards new box. It's JW and Spawn now. And they don't have to do anything too flashy. This is a save, so all the build up there.
Wow, the fact that they are saving right now with 5.3 and 7.5, they are playing the long game of this half right now. Look,
it's round 12. How much long game is there?
Well, look, they don't want to make sure they get bottomed out for the last round of the game.
I guess as well, they don't want to give it that Krieg to a Fnatic player.
Or the AWP.
Or the AWP. Like the AWP, they know they already have a JW. Like I think that is such a massive thing, especially in Inferno. And you give up a Krieg, like if you just go die, they're gonna have a Krieg, right? So let's just make sure they don't have that. We'll keep our money. We're probably not gonna win this round. Here's the replay. Incendiary down to T-steps. We can't be aggressed upon from that position. And then here's Xantares taking him down. There was 2.5 kills there from Crims. But we will see Fnatic get back into the game now. 8-4. This is a different Inferno, chat.
I think we'll see a pace change from Big now. They were obviously going for something a little bit different then because they had more players over towards alt middle. So maybe they'll continue to go for something a little bit different than what we've seen with these default spreads. It looks like they go for more members over towards Banana.
Great deep smoke from Keto to stop the close Molotov. So far, so good. It's, there's always one player. I've got like Ethan from EG, Keto from Big Clan. There's always one player that just catches those nades and his mission is to take that early fight on Banana. They always just watch them dodge nades. Sticko from Godsend, we saw him doing that. That job, it just revolves around just understanding each player on each team and how they like to throw their nades.
It's become such a rally as well, right? Because everybody's looking into each other's tendencies and looking for I guess, potential exploits that they can use to their advantage here. It's really interesting to see how that's evolved, and I'd love to hear some of the mind games from teams around it. But right now, we are stalled out again. Another slow round. This Inferno game isn't playing with too much pace, and there hasn't been a lot of crazy retakes or anything. The rounds have been relatively clear-cut.
That's a good point.
Well, this will be the B execution from Big now. They have the smokes, the Molotovs. I'm interested to see whether they've got a little spice to throw in there as well. All the more technical teams will throw a Molotov towards the emo position at the back right. Golden with the M4 here, and Flusher just holding with the smoke. As soon as he detects that Molotov, sets up Golden here with a big spray down. It's looking good so far. A whole lot of damage inflicted, and he's got a bit more to boot as well. 3 kills to Golden as he confirms the round here. Flusher locked out. Bomb will be planted. Xantares and Searson now. We said he's a good AWPer. He'll have to go colossal at this point to stand a chance.
And just on the cross, through the smoke, CSGO's going to have to be a hero. And again, Flusher through the smoke is a nuisance. Down to 5 HP before he even sees the smoke clear. And Brolin will finish on his next jiggle for info. Fnatic will manage to get the damage control necessary to find the 5th.
The thing with a map like Inferno and Fnatic, if they get onto the T side and they are able to manage here, 7 rounds, which would be the best they possibly could, then what I really like from them and what we will highlight a lot is how they react to the map control that they're given or the information they get on a map like Inferno. They force the CTs to feel constantly uncomfortable just by taking map territory, and they have some very quick and innovative ways to go about that. So this one, even with the scoreline as it is right now, if it finished 10-5, I still think there's a very good chance that Fnatic can bring this one back. But JW 1 for 10, oh dear.
Gratisfaction as well, making an appearance there.
Was he on the...
He was on the score.
Oh.
The Grat.
He's back.
I'm pretty sure he's in LA right now.
Yeah. Well, he's here in spirit. As we'll get into round number 14, we have got the Orpa JW looking down towards the underpass position, commits the T-steps, and that's a brave pick to take. You've got to be really feeling yourself. Like most players, we have pick T-steps, get boosted on the pallet on the right-hand side. Going for that straight-up pick, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, especially when you're 1-11, Chad. Would you agree?
He's trying to get himself in the game, but
that's the worst way to get yourself in the game. You need a couple of eco frags, a couple of just picks that make the team feel
One and
good.
dones.
If you go and die at the start of a round and you're having a rough game, you feel worse. Everyone's thinking in their own head, okay, you're having a bad game. Why are you taking that?
Let me just give you his stat line on opening kills right now. He's 1 for 1. So I think with that in mind, let's just hold on. We might have some action here.
Yeah, we have, because Brolin is going to have to deal with 3 players from Big Clan. I love that one's already managed to sneak out to quad. He's getting a whole lot of information for free. Interesting choice of the incendiary. Avoids the nade relatively well. But that's the bomb actually on the balcony. Krim's connecting onto Xantares with his AWP. And Kito's having a very awkward duel with 2 towards CT. The chaos continues. Now the site should be Big Clan's. Bomb in. And the hands
oh my god,
taken out. Now Tizian finding the head of Krims. 2v2. This just keeps on getting better and better. They still haven't been able to retrieve the bomb. It's on balcony, and Searson is going to fall to Golden's push.
Yeah, this is a great game of CS so far. Another clutch situation, this time for Tizian. He stepped up before in a 2 versus 1. Can he do it again? Fires off the gun to mask his footstep, and he gets the first kill. Look at the awareness as well. This is beautiful
so
from Tizian.
good.
Another clutch. 4 kills in the round. A 1 versus 2. I told you he was a safe pair of hands, Chad. He delivers once again.
He's definitely performing above his level, right?
Yes.
In this team,
this is ESL 1 Cologne Tizian.
He's meant to be the supportive element, and right here, winning these big rounds. I said before there haven't been a lot of exciting clutches. Well, there have been 2 from the same individual. So, look, yeah, he's completely blind there. He's just holding down the trigger, right? We saw that player trying to scamper away, and he got caught just through the smoke, through the flash. Things should be safe in that time. He's just taken a pot shot and was able to get away with it. And now Fnatic, well,
that's
last
huge.
round.
That's massive.
If true.
So Kito burning towards the logs. It's aggressive. Flusher and Golden are there with the lighter weaponry, first of which will be removed, and Flusher quickly after the lots of things here. 1 more bullet will do it. Now, you don't have to rush this. Yeah, it's the final round, you've got a 5-on-3, but let's just put the brakes on for a second. We have no map control, we have massive advantage, but wait for the reactions here. What kind of grenades are going to be thrown? Let's go as a 5-man unit. No one go for one of those. I'm just going to go look over here and just see if I can get a kill. No one needs to do
None of that?
None of that.
Trade
Just
efficiently. And
stay together and go in and close out what's a huge round. The difference between 10-5 and 9-6 against Fnatic is massive.
Yeah, especially considering that Fnatic T side, they've had plenty of deficits on Inferno they've overcome with ridiculous T side calling from Golden. And of course, the fragging of players that need no introduction. So not getting the full regroup you were hoping for, Henry, but they haven't yet to commit.
This won't be the commitment, though. They've got so much time and still with 3 smokes. They're just trying to bait out whatever the CTs have, get some intel. Now they know the orcs on that side of the map. Are they fully committing off this? Bloody hell, Kito. That's a hell of a pick. In he goes, the wide swing. I respect it. Knowing that JW has the AWP and he's in the open, he can only get 1 kill, essentially, right? To trade him out, or 0 if Kito's got anything to say about it.
Look at the economy of utility here for Big. They've taken the bomb site, they've planted the bomb, and they still have 2 individuals with a smoke and a Molotov, respectively. That's enough to deny the retake completely right there.
You can have all of these you want, bro, and I don't think you'll be winning this round. I take it back somewhat, but he has got 9 HP. Great effort, not gonna lie.
That's the smoke lineup. Thanks, Brolin.
That is the smoke lineup. So he's got 9 HP. He just needs 2 more kills, and to be fair, Big
has a
might
kid.
pick him up.
He has a kid.
This
Oh
would
my
be
god,
insane.
you wouldn't.
This would actually be insane.
There was absolutely no reason.
Oh my god.
He's throwing the molly in the right place.
Defused.
He's
Oh my
burning.
god.
Oh, Thompson will get the frag, but Brolin, another impossible scenario, gets right down to a 1v1. We had one of those yesterday. Right, we need to catch our breath, piece our brain back together again after what Brolin has done to it. Do stay tuned, though, because this is only the first half of the hot match today.
Isn't over yet. You lost one fight, but it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper doubt fills your head, but you have to fight again. So take one step, take another.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining us between the big matchup here between the big clan and Fnatic, and Tizian send them to oblivion. So many clutches brought to the table. 2 1 versus 2. I really enjoyed his play in that first half. He's got to keep it up, though. He cannot take his eye off the prize because Fnatic, they are the masters of the comeback.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Henry. Tizian, Tizzy can today because he's come in roaring. I'm telling you, ESL 1 Cologne Tizian on Inferno with the little guns. It's a big round. That Tizian?
Big.
He's in the server tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and he's making Fnatic sweat. They're probably taking a quick break from their gaming stations as we get ready to jump into our second half.
I do have a little bit of housekeeping here to take care of. I did receive some tweets using the hashtag ESL Pro League showing me their setups. Everybody seems to have quite clean setups out there.
Really nice one with like glowing purple orbs.
Yeah, I thought that was quite nice.
That was insane. I was like, wow, that's the one there.
I don't have any purple orbs.
So if you guys want to tweet at us your gaming setups at home, as all the players are playing online.
What do you feel about the monitor on top of the main display? I think that's a very nice way of space saving.
Yes.
And getting all the information, watch your favorite streams up there, and play your game beneath.
Yes,
That's not a bad setup.
That's the winner. I think we'll give that one the winner for now.
Let's give him a shout out. That's Ollie at Professor Xander. You win the competition, and there is no prize. Well, but thank you for playing.
Maybe I do have a prize, Henry. Something for free for everybody out there.
Go on.
So obviously we are online. That means all the matches will be played on ESEA while we are taking the European and North American Pro League. And guess what?
What's that?
While the Pro League's on, Henry, if you want to head over to ESEA.net, you can actually try out for free.
What word are you saying? How do you spell that? ESEA?
ESEA.
Is this a virtual special?
This isn't a virtual special.
Only?
While Pro League's on, you can play
all of Pro League.
All of Pro League, which goes for almost the entire month. You can play Pro League for free for your placement matches.
All right. We're off to the races, Alex. It's aggression. That's what I'd like to see here. Your vocal cords are about to be warmed up. What have you got for me?
Absolutely nothing, because at the moment, back and forth in middle, Tizian continuing where he left off in the first half. A double kill, and he's perhaps not quite done. What's going on there? Flusher yet to throw a bullet in his return, and he gets chipped away at. Golden's been thrown into a 1 versus 2. Bomb on his back and a CT on either side of the map. Certainly winnable. It's going to come down to a question of communication between these two German players. And for the Swede, a question of isolating these 1v1. Searson realizes that it was getting a little too close for comfort and will back away towards the arch.
A lot of noise here from Golden. So whether this is by design, I'm not sure, but at this point, he's just going for it. Knowing there's going to be one player at either side of the map, he might as well take a straight-up duel, fast as you like. It's got a nimble pistol in the form of the Glock. He has no armor, however, and now no head. Tabson takes care of that. Denies absolutely everything, catches him the smoke out as well. Nice aggressive push. We see a lot of teams do this, Chad. Was this ever a strat you guys run back in the day? Was this back in
we would run it more on the anti-ecos than the pistol rounds.
That's why NIP started doing that, Richard, right? It's going to say, we're not waiting for you to have fun here. We're just going to end this over. Let's get this round done. And you see a lot of that, though. CT Pistol pushing down with 4 players.
I think that we're seeing it on Dust 2 as well. Liquid are a team who are like doing a lot of aggressive pistols into alt mid with players pushing down also. There was one little key detail which we will show you coming up on Skybox. Not this round here, because this one should just be a bit of a slaughter. But I want to show you some details of that pistol round that Big just did, of why maybe it was a little bit easier for them than it should have been. I know it got down to a 2-on-1 situation.
Little teaser.
Yeah.
All right.
We just watched the trailer.
You better start watching now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, well, we'll get into the action. The JW's woes continue, though. 2 and 14. Took the Zeus up towards the top of B. Didn't work out for him. 5 MP9s. You don't see that too often. Now, remember, Chad, we talked about this in the first half. You said Fnatic, they lose the pistol, no bomb. They buy up AKs in the third.
Yes.
You've opted for 5 MP9s in the second round. With that information in mind, is this a good play? On Inferno, I would say it's fine, but certainly not ideal.
Well, they're milking a lot of cash per kill, and the other positive here is if they actually have a bonus round in plan, like if Godby, if Toby, the new coach, if they've come up with an idea of how they can use these SMGs effectively, then it's fine. Like, if you have a plan for them, then there's no dramas doing something
I normally say, like, you're not, of course, you're trying to win every single round, but with this setup, you're not necessarily looking to win the next round. You're just trying to cause as much damage as you possibly can, bring it down to, like, a 2v2 if possible. If you get 2-3 kills, you get a massively strong buy going forward, and you've already got a nice buffer of rounds here, knowing you can bring out the AWPs and rifles.
So why was that pistol round a little easier than it should have been?
Watch over towards B here. There are going to be flashes thrown on this roof, which means the players down towards T stairs are going to be focused towards Banana, expecting a pick to come in. But meanwhile, the other players are pushed down middle and are not focusing on mid. So this is why they're able to get those early exchanges going in their favor.
Great spot, Chad. I like that a lot.
That's a lovely jubbly. And run boosting Searson straight across. Always satisfying to look at, but will not quite connect the shot. Starting this round off with some coordinated AWPing efforts. Love to see it. And we have seen 3 members of Big Clan go over towards the B side to start things off, get those nades thrown out by Mr. Zantares as he returns to his roost on A.
Just to follow on to my point as well, it's actually like the most idyllic setup. If you get you had 5 MP9s, right? You get all the kills of that weapon. 1 player goes down. Your AWPer as well, he brings out the AWP to go these MP9s. You not only have a chance of winning the round now, but if you did, it would be such a foot on the throat moment in the context of this half. Like, there would be no chance of Fnatic to come back into this. They'd be full eco next round. They'd be 13-5 down. That's if they win the round, but that's why he's brought out the AWP now, just to give them a bit more going forward.
But not only that, if they win this round and they're able to do it relatively cleanly, look at all the weaponry on the other side of things that they're going to be able to upgrade for free. So right here, things can go from bad to worse for Fnatic if they can't win this round.
Okay. This is huge. Well, I think we've given you a great storyline there, Alex. Now this is your moment to really get us into the excited mode. Let's go.
I love it when you put me on the spot. so much fun. Keto is going to be throwing the bullet through the smoke and will catch the first one to Golden. Fnatic now having to operate with just 4. JW catches another one and the bullets through the smoke. All blind when 4v3 as the smoke does start to fade. A second replaces it.
Here we go.
That's
There's a shot from Sis. Is that from the smoke?
I think that was over the top. He was trying to jump up at the first oranges.
Okay.
This is the moment we were talking about. Remember, if Big win this round, there's no chance really Fnatic can be able to stabilize. There's a big kill though from Flusher coming in towards that banana area. And now Crims, he knows he has to be active. He cannot sit back towards Emo, but it looks like he's got a great crosshair placement here. The spray's good, but down to the
Molly,
2 versus 1.
Sentry.
Oh, has he got it? It looks good.
There's
It
no
looks
way.
really good.
He can sit it.
He's burning, he's burning, he's burned!
It's done, he's
He's
done
done it! He wins the round! Flusher's Incendiary has secured it for Fnatic! There was gonna be the twist of the knife!
But remember, as we said, as long as you got a few kills there, you would actually be in my book, you win the round. Because Fnatic have all 5 players going down. So by winning the round by virtue of explosion, $3,500 per player. So that means you got $3,500 and a bit more of the kills they found. This was just a kill here. So that's pretty standard. Like, very nice shot still, but it's a common position. But the fact now is they're going to have just under 4K per player, and Big will have absolutely everything with the saved AWP as well. So not everything, but it's a stronger buy. You can see Galil's, UMP, Mac 10, they've opted for more utility than firepower. Scout for JW, same situation, same kind of gravitas in round number 19 here, because Big know if they can win this one, it ruins the finances of Fnatic completely.
Yeah, and I mean, that's
huge
a bit of a benefit. Chunking down Tabson, he's only got 19 points of health for the rest of this one. Now, should Searson have any sort of audio cue, he could throw a bullet through the wall, doesn't need to, because Golden just dry peeks straight into the crosshairs.
I don't get why there's no swing or flashbang on that, but still, it is going to be advantage Big. Some unconfirmed damage inflicted towards Citizen and Tabson, though. And Citizen's fine with that. He's the AWPer. He can just adjust his game style at this point. Just play towards back of B or library. We'll see where he's positioned right now, currently in the arch. So that's absolutely fine. Nice defensive line. He'll take 1 shot, fall back to library if required, and can fall back towards B if he senses any danger on that side of the map, which there is, but it's just Flusher. He likes to hover around Banana, just showing presence. He threw 1 smoke, actually a couple more, I think, with his teammates, and a flash over to pull a rotation. And they will finish up towards A. Going for that mid-control, Tizian to perform once again here. Doesn't get the kill.
Looked so close to finding it, but Brollan's still in pit now with 10 HP. Zantara's trying to choose some sort of position to stand his ground, and that should be enough for them to make the call to save and roll into the next. 7 now for Fnatic. JW can take his time to get that bomb down, and the round will return to Fnatic's favor.
Good stuff there. Fnatic, very efficient round, and Flusher once again, as I mentioned, he's always at B, whether it's on the CT side or the terrorist forces. He's very good at convincing oppositions that he's actually committing with his teammates there. Lots of gunshots, lots of weapons dropped, lots of grenades thrown over. He had 2 smokes thrown by himself and his teammates going in. He made footsteps, he threw a flashbang over, and the solo player towards B didn't feel comfortable. He called for the rotation, they focused towards quad and arch, and it's a very convincing round there for Fnatic. You can see them keeping 4 players alive as well, but Big, they took the bait, they sent 3 towards B. They will save those weapons. That's a correct call. You don't want to go for this retake, especially with Searson and Tabson with such low HP.
If the rounds start building up here and Fnatic are isolating these duels and they're making these rounds, you know, they're making Big almost as individuals not look as polished as what they did in the first half, I start to carry worry over to a map like Overpass, because Fnatic on that T side, they definitely have strategies and they have a default and approach to the game. But when they find themselves in like a 3-on-3, that's when individuals have no problem. Someone goes and takes a fight bathroom, meanwhile someone's taking a fight sandbags on the B site. So Fnatic, if they get into that next map and they get a bit more confidence back here on Inferno, that's where it needs, the big players need to step up individually and win those duels. Right,
like the Tizian standing his ground.
Exactly.
Bomb defense. I mean, it was exactly what we were talking about. This confidence, you have to be ready and willing to take the fight too. Fnatic, and well, Searson's got the confidence. He has brought the fight.
How did he only lose 30 HP? Okay, that's more like it.
Nade landing perfectly on his retreat does really punish. Looks a little bit, well, it's very reminiscent of the round before. Searson and Tabson just chunked with that unconfirmed damage.
Well, there we have it. JW, aggressive, of course, towards middle, but that's been his downfall pretty much all of the rounds so far. He's 3-16. There's no trade potential there. It seems like he's playing a frustrating game of Counter-Strike right now. Certainly recoverable, and they've won 5-on-4s since him going down, but still, another early pick for Big. JW to go again. And it's just not a pick I would recommend. M4 at Arch, trying to challenge towards middle. That's a very ambitious one. Slow towards library. Crims dodges the flashbang into Tara's, and Fires off some shots, gives up the position. They have mid-control, but Seriously looking to shut that down. But Golden, great shot. Fantastic work from the in-game leader.
Yeah, he's in trouble now. Tizian's going to have to get more than one. Does get the bomb in his grasp, tries to transition into Brollan. Not quite enough, but Xantara's arriving just in the nick of time as the nade. The palms of Brollan. Good catch, but bullet chunks down Xantara's, but he still stands his ground for one. A clutch on the cards for Flusher.
Yeah, Galil in hand, no nades. Up against Keto and Tabsin. Remember, Tabsin took a lot of damage at the start, but he has snuck through the smoke. He wins this because Flusher went expected. He thinks the veil of the smoke will protect him, which is fair enough. Very nice play from Tabsin. The 2-on-1s, you've got to take some risks sometimes.
That's a huge risk, though. You think about the gravitas of this round right here. If Big were to lose this, Fnatic can start building back into this game. For him to take that kind of a risk, this is what we talk about with the smoke grenades, right? They're not a physical wall, but they seem to act as one in a lot of players' minds, right? So going for the counterintuitive player pushing through, if he lost that, we'd be like, what is this guy doing? But because he won the situation, he looks like a genius. Sometimes you have to flip the coin and take those risks in Counter-Strike.
I absolutely agree. And for me, that was actually a really nice calculated push, knowing his team was towards quad, so he'd at least get quick information there. But you're right, that there's a lot of players, and understandably so, will see that smoke, and you have to use it like a force field sometimes, because your options are so limited in a clutch scenario like this. You have to isolate the opposition and try and focus on the choke points that are open.
I think also to note, if he went down and he was able to communicate the position, that would give his player a 1v1, where he could actually take a heads-up duel, because he was just at that time about to be walking up top middle. So probably a little bit early, if I'm going to be completely honest, but there is a chance for that to at least give that information to your teammate and give him a chance.
Well, here we go then. A desperate buy for Fnatic, a deagle for Crims, 4 rifles, but as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, a distinct lack of utility. Great flash as Keto is set up for a logs play here. Throws the Molotov in, but Golden should be able to extinguish that, no problem. It does cost him a smoke, though, and you can see Tabsin very active once again. 3 players on the CT side ready and waiting. That's absolutely massive from Tabsin. He's looking for a third as well. This is a great round from the Germans. We'll see a 4 versus 2 ensue here. JW down to 27. And again, a chance to win the round, sure, but that is so out of it. The bomb's down in T-spawn right now. That's been recovered. Tizian tucks himself in the corner. It's not really a position you would check, but Grim seems to be aware of it at least. Good flash, and the swing will come through. Great teamwork here from Big. Enjoying this game they're putting up so far. Very impressive.
I mean, it just seems like it's a very well-oiled and cohesive unit.
Or a machine.
You could say that, but I feel like unit usually feels a little less self-indulgent.
It certainly does.
J-Dubs, he has been very quiet. Nothing but a whisper from him here on Inferno.
Yeah, he hasn't really had much to say about this game at all. I'll be honest with you, you can see the frustration in some of his plays come through.
Well, maybe, just maybe. Oh, I think that's going to be enough of a audio cue for Tabsin.
They can knife him.
He's going to try and stab him, isn't he?
No, he will just shoot him. Tabsin's not going to. Tabsin won't.
Yeah, well, okay.
There was a second in his mind. He's like, I could knife J-Dub.
Yeah.
That could happen. I could
Get him back for all those years.
Yeah, all the times he's done it to me. Nice work here. As I mentioned, like I've been casting Citizen for a long time at lower levels, but I was interested to see what he could do here against the likes of Fnatic. It looks like he's still got the same confidence, taking the same peaks, hitting the shots, 18 and 12 right now. Tizian at the top with 20 and 12. As you mentioned, Chad, like that's above expectations for him. He's the kind of the support player, rifler in this team. If you had to put into a role, he's normally anchoring bomb sites. You don't expect him to be multiple clutches on the T side. So.
And yet he does, and he's put this team in a role 14-7 on their map pick. Let's not forget just how much this has been considered a must-win for Big Clan. Coming into the game as underdogs, we had the odds on the screen before. It was around 3-1 from GG Bet, sponsors of the Pro League.
It's just like we've had Astralis lose to NIP. We had Na'Vi just go down to North. Fnatic coming in here is another clear favorite. Obviously, there are certain conditions which do play in the favor of certain teams, but still, it's the level of loss, right? They look like they're getting more blown out, and you can see a little bit of frustration. I think probably JW would be a perfect example. His play style is normally the one giving out the frustration.
Ooh, Tizian tested again. This time he's only going to get the one. And a nice response from Keto, just arriving in library to make sure this doesn't spiral. Now Xantara's only has to find one. Job done, back turned, and just tucking into the site in time to find Flusher on bout.
Really nice shot there from Xantara. Should be able to close things out, no problem. But Crims, he's got other ideas. Be careful here. That's going to be a fallback from Keto, the correct call. Crims is a dangerous man, not to be messed with. He'll smoke towards the library position now, get that bomb planted. I think it's fair to say they need this one. Deny map points very early on in the game, really. He's got 12 HP.
Why do I feel like he wins this?
This is the sort of play he might have to push his own smoke. It's like one of those sort of scenarios. I think Crazy has to go down. He does just tuck himself in the corner. tabseN should be able to take care of that, no problem. Ideally, they peak at the same time here. We'll see what happens. tabseN looks like he's poised to take this, no problem.
Looks like he's waiting. Crims has made the right choice. Low HP player, but not quite going to be able to connect the shots. And so that will go the way of Big Clan. 15 secured. And an overtime minimum for the Germans on their map pick. Secured very early into the second half.
Yeah.
I will remind you, this was a 10-5 half in favor of Big Clan, and they've been able to continue to run away with it here in the second.
Nice work from Zantaras as well. Very quick, very precise to that silence M4. Brutal kills coming through, and got a dink on Crims as well, just to bear that in mind. Sure, as a 2 versus 1, they probably win it anyway, but it made things incredibly difficult for Crims towards the end there. Here are the scores on the doors right now. TiZien's still at the top of 21, and we've got very equal fragging on the big side of things.
Wow.
JW's still down there at 4 and 18. I think that will change as the series develops, but obviously that's going to be instrumental in their defeat here as we find ourselves in round number 23. Maybe the last round.
Look at Keto just charging in. Flusher's just had a nade in his hand. That's how much he wasn't expecting it. Catching Flusher off guard doesn't happen all too often, and so he can cherish that one. That was Keto's call. Straight down Banana. And they are aggressing and fighting in apps. You like this one, Chatty?
I understand
Fast
why
fighting?
TiZiEN did it. It's because the rotation was still quite far away, and if he fell, then maybe they might try and swarm the bomb site quickly, and his AWP player was there, but he's lucky to get away from that Hall's position, considering the early damage of that Mac-10.
He did have good backup from Boiler, though. The AWP actually threw a grenade from Boiler towards the steps. That would have pushed him back for sure. So I like that a lot. They've got great comms here. We talked about our tabseN coming in, like, what, mainly speaking English, which they are, but when Zantaras dies, they go into German mode. But you can see that the comms and the synergy is looking very good from what I can see at this point. B finish from Fnatic. They've got 2 smokes. I think it's a contact play, really flash over. Hope for the best here, boys, as we'll see the incendiary land. Keto looks like he's primed for a couple of kills. It's brilliant to take him down, but tabseN, he's an absolute unit. He will find the 16-7 scoreline and a victory for Big on their map pick. That's a very impressive result. A good team effort as well. I have to say, TiZiEN going above and beyond. We didn't expect him to win those sort of clutches, but my God, did he ever deliver.
He really did, and that's going to be a fantastic start for Big Clan. Are we really going to see all of the big names falter in the first week? Na'Vi, Astralis, and now Fnatic on the chopping block. Will they fall? We'll find out as we jump in to break down our first and talk about Overpass coming up after the break.